Hello everybody, and welcome to my wood shop. Well, I pulled some more sapele out of the wood pile, and this time I'm making a couple of dice trays for an old friend. Risky, but it'll be fun. I'm going to use a lot of different tools in my inventory in this video, including that new Wedge Pro. Here I'm just sanding down the surfaces of these two boards so that I can do a little laser engraving. Before I take the boards in to the laser engraver, I'm going to cut the sides of the dice tray. And I'm going to make it a 12 segmented side. I'm going to piece all of these together and get them glued up. And while they're drying, I'll take care of that laser engraving business. If I hadn't mentioned it before, I'm making two trays, but I'm mostly just going to show you the making of one. Those of you that have played the game Risk recognize this. Okay, the lasering is done and the glue has been drying for about 4 hours. I left the band clamps on those rings because they're not going to be hit by the drum sander as I'm leveling out the surfaces. But the next thing I need to do is a little bit of sanding, actually a lot of sanding, hand sanding, and then I'll get these glued to the boards. Why am I hand sanding? Sometimes it's good to slow things down. Get back to doing things the old way, the slow, deliberate way, and enjoy the process. And I'm just using regular tight bond glue. And the whole idea here is to get the tray sides nice and centered over the artwork. Well, I had that glued up and clamped up overnight, so everything's nice and dry. I will say those Bora clamps that I used, absolute junk. Don't waste your money on those. And all I'm doing here is prepping for the lathe, getting rid of those big corners so I don't have to turn them down. So what I'm doing is mounting that on my jumbo jaws, and I'm using outward pressure. And then I'm going to pull up the tailstock to give it some additional support and just do a little bit of, fine turning. My plan for these dice trays is to give them a pretty unique look. I'll be curious to hear your thoughts on it. And I just sanded to 220 on this project. And before I get hate mail, these are meant to be played with. They're not fine pieces of art. These are going to be used and abused. You can see that it's rounded on the outside with kind of a castle top and 12-sided interior. Makes it look kind of unique. And I'm just using butcher block oil, a couple coats of that. It'll protect it nicely. And it's easily refurbished. Look at that chatoyance. Walnut and Sapele never let you down for flash. Let me know what you think. I sure appreciate your time and watching. Until next time, God bless and Semper Fi.